Consider the question 2, which reads a long cylindrical dielectric rod of radius r and large length carrying uniform charge surface density sigma on its curved surface and is rotating with constant angular velocity omega as shown in this figure about this axis. We need to find magnetic induction at the center of the rod. Relative magnetic permeability of the material is given as mu r. So this is a rod and it is being rotated, so we can have this picture, and let's say this is the center point. From center x distance we can consider a differential element of dx width, and we will say this since this is having charge dq, so it's going to behave like a current carrying wire or loop. So this will be equivalent current carrying loop. At this center, we need to find the magnetic field at the center. So because of this differential element, let's call this current to be di. The magnetic field at C is going to be known as dB. And we know this formula of dB as a standard result, and it's like mu, which is mu naught and mu r, into the current into the radius square. Let's say radius is r, and that is basically given to us. Divide by 2 times the distance from the center, which is x, and that is square of x plus r square raised to power 3 by 2. You must be aware of this formula. Now in this di has to be settled now, so di is going to be dq divided by time period, which is 2 pi by omega, so it becomes omega by 2 pi into dq. Now we can write the dq charge distribution is sigma, so sigma into differential area. So sigma into differential area is going to be 2 pi r, that is periphery, into dx, that's width. So this will become di. Now further simplification will lead to di as omega sigma r and dx. Now we can substitute this di on this expression. Moreover, when we are going to integrate all these differential rings, all will give the magnetic field in the same direction. Why? Because the currents are going to be in the same sense. So we can write the total magnetic field as integration of dB and put the dB over here. Constant terms can be taken outside, and when you simplify, you will find integration has to be performed of this, which is 1 upon under root x 1 upon x square plus r square raised to power 3 by 2. And limit has to run from minus L by 2 to plus L by 2, because its total length is L. Now we can say that since this is even function, if you replace x by minus x, nothing changes in this expression, so we can write it as 2 times 0 to this value. So that's 2 and this 2 will get cancelled out, so limit will convert into 0 to L by 2. Now in order to perform this integration, we can do the separate calculation list. That integration is I, and it has to be performed. Many of you must be remembering this integration, so if you remember, that's great, or otherwise you can calculate it with some time. So we need to substitute x as let's say r tan theta, then dx is going to be r sec square theta, then put the dx value and x value both, so you'll find upside is going to be sec square theta, downside you will get r cube will come outside, and 1 plus tan square theta will become sec square theta, then there's 3 by 2 power, so sec cube theta. Basically it will turn out to be 1 by r square integration of cos theta d theta. Cos theta can be converted into sin theta. Now since we have taken tan theta as x by r, so triangle will say x is perpendicular, r is base, so sin theta must be perpendicular divided by hypotenuse, which is under root r square plus x square. So that's sin theta. So that becomes the integration of this integration. That's value. Now we can substitute this value over here and then put the limit 0 to L by 2. This 1 upon r square is taken outside. So they will settle like this. And you will find when we put x equal to 0, it will be 0. When we put x equal to L by 2, then it's going to be L by 2, and downside you will have a under root L square by 4 plus r square. Then settle the 2. So it's going to be L divided by under root L square plus 4r square. Since question says that L is much greater than r, so L square is going to be definitely much greater than r square, in fact 4r square. So this can be written roughly at L as L square. So this will become under root of L square, that is L, so L and L will get cancelled out, so this number will be remaining. So you will say the magnetic field at the center turn out to be mu naught, mu r, omega, sigma and r. So that's going to be the formula for magnetic field. at the center. Moreover, this is basically like a solenoid. So if you look at the direction is going to be in the direction of omega. So there's going to be field uniform at all the locations inside. And if you look at the field outside, that is going to be 0. So basically it's a solenoid formula. And here the magnetic field is being written in terms of charge density, rotation, angular velocity, and radius. We can use this in future questions as a result as well. So that's final answer. Thank you.